Hey guys! So today I have something really special. Now you may remember these from an old video I used to have on this channel many years ago, but since I have a much better camera now, I decided to do an upgrade video. So these are Sailor Moon World dolls. These are, I guess, about 6 inches tall, sort of. Here we have Sailor Pluto, and we have Sailor Uranus. This was part of a line of dolls that came out somewhere between 2000 and 2001, and I didn't really do this all the way through in my old video, but I'm definitely going to do it in this video. We're doing an unboxing. Now, you might be wondering, why am I going to do an unboxing? I mean, I've taken such good care of these dolls up to this point, right? Well, I mean, you know that this one was used, but this one wasn't. She's NRFB. Why would I open this box, right? Well, I got some unsavory news to share. A lot of the Sailor Moon World dolls, they've been suffering from something called hair rot. You may have seen a few of these on eBay pop up where their hair is just gone. It's fallen off, it's disappeared. And no one really knows why it is that it happens to Sailor Moon World dolls. But one thing that I've been able to find, and I've been trying to research this for the last couple of weeks, one thing I've been able to find is that the packaging may be partially to blame. A lot of the dolls that this has happened to were dolls that were NRFB, just like Uranus here. Dolls that are taken out of the box, this doesn't seem to happen with as frequently. So, as a doll collector, you always have that dilemma. Do I take them out of the box and possibly forego the collector's value? Or do I say screw the value and save the doll? Well, you have to understand something. I am eternally 5 years old, so I'm always going to choose the doll over the collector's value. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to let anything happen to the packaging. What I'll do is, for the boxes and for the parts of the packaging that are worth salvaging, I'm going to put them in a special place, but I can't leave them with the dolls. Now, another thing I wanted to bring up too, I kind of mentioned this in other videos briefly, and I did mention this on my Facebook page for Codename Sailor Earth. I've noticed that with a lot of toy packaging, sometimes when the packaging ages, it kind of degrades the toy. Actually, I think I did go over this with my Chibi Moon doll videos. I've noticed that with a lot of old toys, and this is worldwide, this is with all toys, after a while, the plastic and the cellophane, the little baggies, because they're made of such cheap, crappy plastic, they degrade, they turn yellow, and they deteriorate over a number of years. And then the last step is it usually kind of melts and adheres to the toy and ruins the toy. It attaches to the polymer that makes the toy, because plastic is a porous surface, and it gets all in the crevices, and it just becomes a nightmare and a hassle after that. So, although these boxes are in good shape, I don't want to risk losing my dolls. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do an unboxing video. It's not going to be very popular, but hey, I'd rather save the doll. So, I'll just put the packaging someplace else and call it an afternoon. But before we separate the dolls from the packaging, I want you to take a look at the artwork. So, in the early 2000s, they did this series of Sailor Moon dolls. And I wish they had gotten worldwide because they're very beautiful. But they had this really cool artwork as part of the Sailor Moon World collection. This also tied in with the very first Sailor Moon DVDs in Japan, and some other cool merchandise too, like calendars, and there was even a PlayStation game involving Chibiusa. I love the artwork from this era. The extra shadowing and such, this is actually what inspired me to do some of the art that you see on Moon Sisters. So the tops and the bottoms are the same. And on the back it has instructions on how to put the stands together. Very useful. This particular set was for the outers, but there were a lot of dolls released for the World Collection. Each of the inners had their own dolls. Chibiusa in her school uniform had her own doll, and then of course Sailor Chibi Moon. There was a Saturn doll, and then these dolls got a re-release with Saturn. I recently discovered too that there's a different Sailor Saturn doll out there. There's one version where they actually gave her the same boots as Pluto, sort of mimicking like the old Error Sailor Moon doll sets from Bandai in North America. And then, of course, there's another Saturn doll out there with correct boots. This series lasted for just a little over a year. I really, really can't stress this enough. I wish it came to the United States, because around the time that these dolls came out, we had Irwin, but Irwin was wrapping up production. These dolls are super high quality, and you're about to see that up close and personal, so let's do a jump cut. Okay, so Sailor Pluto is out of her box. And like I said, Pluto was used, so you kind of saw her sloshing about in the box anyway. But the box was in pretty good condition, so not a big deal. This is the only Sailor Pluto doll I have ever seen that has her correct skin color. I don't know why most Pluto dolls have the same skin color as the other girls, but this is just exquisite. Oh, you probably saw me over there. Hi. Moving on. This is absolutely, positively exquisite. Look at her face. Yeah, with this new camera, you can really see a lot of details, huh? That is a beautiful little face on perfect tan skin. And I know that her hair looks a little bluish in the camera, but it's actually a dark green. Anime perfect. Now, in lieu of a bun, there's a black cord and then her original rubber band. You can see that the rubber band is starting to turn yellow. At one point, this was a different color. So, in the next few days, I will be redoing this so I can give her her proper bun and get that rubber band out of her hair, because like you've learned from the Chibiusa videos, rubber bands are the worst for doll hair. They degrade and sometimes adhere to the doll hair, and you don't want to have to cut them out. Especially not when this hair is so silky and gorgeous. She has a super shiny fuku in colors that are not Sailor Pluto colors. It is a bright purple. Remember the last Sailor Pluto video I did? Well, we are continuing the trend. We've got a bright purple fuku. Her plastic choker has this greenish yellow dot on it. And then we have a bright metallic orange bow. I have seen a lot of Sailor Moon World dolls with incorrect coloring, not just Pluto. Now, here's interesting. Her back bow is correct. This is the correct color. And now it's even more interesting because her back bow screams Super Sailor Pluto, but her front is regular Sailor Pluto. So let's consider this mid-transformation. If you saw the last season of Sailor Moon Crystal, you kind of know where I'm going with this. We have shiny purple boots that don't want to stay in their stand. And see, this is what I was talking about with cheaper plastic. Even the stand is starting to turn colors a little bit. So I'm a little nervous keeping her in the stand. I might just have her without it for a little while just to air it out. And then, of course, her key. It is straight metallic silver. So now that we have seen Sailor Pluto out of her packaging, let's move on to Sailor Uranus. Oh, one other thing before I do that, forgot to mention too, this is the inside of Pluto's box. We have a little touch of sparkle here and there. and a little ribbon to keep her feet in place. A little different from other dolls, because usually there's like the plastic/metal twisty tie, but here we did something a little different. Okay, let's get Uranus out of here. Jump cut! Well, her box was actually already open, but everything is still pretty well sealed. I guess the previous owner just kind of got tired. So we'll go ahead and take a look before we get her out of here. She actually has a green gem. That is not an issue with the camera. That really is green. Her eyes are beautiful. They're blue, and she's got little dots for earrings. Aren't her eyes supposed to be greenish? She's got baby soft lips, and then her hair is nice and bright. This is a little closer to how it is in the manga. That's something that I really do like about her. They gave her a yellow collar. Oh no, it's supposed to be blue. Oh, but that is a gorgeous shade of blue on her gloves. They gave her a purple gem for her fuku. Maybe that's to tie it in with the fact that she adopts Sailor Saturn. What do you think? Her bow is metallic yellow. Not gold, metallic yellow. You can see two different colors. This is gold. This is yellow. Gorgeous blue. We have correct blue shoes. Okay, let's get her out of this box. Oh yeah, one more thing. We have another ribbon. Yep, so we've got two ribbons, which should make it easier for me to get her out of here. So, jump cut. Okay, and for the first time ever, the first time in 20 years since she was produced, she is finally able to breathe. So let's take a closer look. Her collar is yellow with a little blue dot. I have no earthly idea why they did this. And remember what I was saying about mid-transformation with Pluto over there? Well, we have more of it here. Her shoulder guards are flared up, almost like they would be for Super Sailor Uranus. Like you can see here, there's like a little extra something, like a little extra piece of cotton there, but they never quite finished. And on the back, extra long bow. This is her correct bow for Super Sailor Uranus, but we've got a regular Uranus charm, so I'm going to count this as, again, mid-transformation Uranus. We are going between Uranus and Super Sailor Uranus, so we are healthily in the middle. Now that we can see her a little better, they did a great job on her little tiny shoes. Isn't she sweet? Okay, I'm going to do another jump cut because there's something else I wanted to show you guys. Little tiny hands. Little tiny feet. And this is interesting too. Her foot is actually the same shape as the foot that they gave the original Bandai North America dolls. The first Bandai North America dolls actually had smooth, tiny feet like this, the 11.5-inch ones. So this is a callback to that. That's why you don't really see too much of a toe there. And then these little tiny hands, well, they could easily hold very tiny wands, but alas, as you saw, they didn't give Uranus her lip rod. Poor Uranus. Okay, next cut. Okay, so just to give you an idea of the size differentium with these dolls, here is a 6-inch Sailor Jupiter, 2nd edition with her correct shoes. Thank you kindly. That's why she looks so darn cute. So if we stand her, there we go. Okay, so they're actually a little taller. I thought they were 6 inches, but I stand corrected. Jupiter is 6 inches tall, and clearly they're taller. This is a prototype Sailor Moon doll, which stands about 7-ish inches. So let's see. And Uranus faints. Okay, she's actually a little taller than them. And then This is an Irwin 6-inch Sailor Venus. And again, a little bit shorter. So these are 6.5 inches tall then. And next cut. And now this is just for fun. So on the left is the very first Irwin Sailor Uranus doll, who is, again, 6 inches tall. And just look at the difference. I mean, just look at this. I know you guys have seen the video by now. There's a viral video from the early 90s where Bandai of North America defends, well, a lot of fans call them the frog face dolls. I think that's kind of mean. But they defend the Bandai North America / early Irwin face by saying that they want their girls to look stronger and more fierce, and they thought that these faces looked a little too sad. And sometimes they were cheerful, but a little too sad. I've never seen any Japanese Sailor Moon doll that looked sad in the fashion doll lineup. They always either look really happy or really determined. So I'm not really sure if I see what they were seeing, but that was the excuse they gave for erasing the noses. I don't get it. I'll let you guys develop your own opinions. But let's take a look at the differences here. So this one only has one earring, and it's a little bulb. But she does have her correct tiara, and sort of blue-green eyes, and a Phyllis Diller haircut. This one has 2 earrings, and they are little yellow dots. This one's choker is way down here, but it is the correct color. We've already discussed that one. They both have blue fukus. They both have yellow bows. This one has a correct color gem, although it looks like they sewed the bow too high. We already talked about that one, but she's shiny. And then the gloves. What were we thinking? Why? Uranus and Neptune both had this in the first Irwin lineup. The gloves are too long. They're like, again, Super Sailor Uranus, not regular Uranus. And then they inverted the colors. Why? And then they just straight up gave her Jupiter's shoes, but they painted them blue. Now, the next time Irwin did a Sailor Uranus doll, it was different, but I've not gotten that one yet, so unfortunately, that'll have to wait for another video. Oh, and that's her bow. Now you've seen it. I just thought the differences were just completely wild, and I would have been remiss if I didn't show them. Next cut. Okay, well, I hope you've had as much fun as I have had in checking out my cool little dollies. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel and helping me really revitalize who I was on YouTube. I feel like I've not only taken back who I was, but I've gone forward and created something new, and I really do appreciate all of you guys' support. So from Codename Sailor Earth, yes, that is my dolly. I even made the curls. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you soon.